I'm Dr. Bev Smallwood, and today on the Magnetic Workplaces show, we're going to be talking about the first in that series of choices I told you about last time, which are introduced in my book, This Wasn't Supposed to Happen to Me. And these are 10 make or break choices when life steals your dreams and rocks your world, and that can happen in the workplace. So why don't you get yourself a cup of coffee and let's sit down and chat about the first of those choices, denial versus reality. You know it's true. There are some people in the workplace that are chronically in denial. No matter what happens, it's never their fault. Or maybe they're one of those people who, no matter how the circumstances have changed, they think we've always done it this way, and they're quick to assert that when a new idea comes up. And so they're in denial that changes need to be taking place. And then there are those people, and you know who I'm talking about, that their way is always the right way, and they may even say in their words, or maybe just their actions, my way or the highway. Denial is something that absolutely gets in the way of progress, and if you hang on to it, it's going to keep you from problem solving. I mean, you know, problem solving 101, identify the problem. And if you don't have the facts that you need to put the answers together, how are you going to get the right answers? Some people are very defensive about that, though. When you bring up something that doesn't agree with their idea, they're quick to put it down, and they're in denial. Now, I think, though, that denial has really kind of been unjustly demonized in some cases, because sometimes denial serves a really good function. Sometimes it keeps you from being overwhelmed when you've really been shocked with something. I call that the emotional circuit breaker. You know how sometimes right after something happens, it's kind of like you can't believe it's happening and you really kind of numb out. I've had some situations like that in my personal life where right after something shocking happens, it's kind of like you're going through the motions and you don't know what to do, and then gradually it begins to hit. So in that sense, just like a circuit breaker in your home, when the system is going to be overloaded, the circuit breaker throws and comes down and shuts the system down. Why? To protect the system. So in that case, denial can be a good thing, but after a point, it can really become destructive. Now, just before you say, I'm sure glad this one doesn't pertain to me, because I'm certainly not in denial, I want to remind you that denial can take place at 3 levels. You can either deny the facts of a situation, or you can deny the significance of those facts. In other words, you may acknowledge that certain things are taking place, but just pretend it really doesn't matter all that much. And then the third level of denial is that you can deny to yourself and to others the emotional reaction that you're having when things happen in your workplace or in your personal life. And so coming to terms with reality and really finding the facts is a first step in effective problem solving. There are some ways that you can do that. Sometimes when things are difficult, we really don't want to know about it. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is actively seek information. And do that by asking yourself some very important questions. 1, what is it that I've been trying not to notice? Another good question is this. What is it that when people say something to me about it, I become a little defensive? Or here's a good one. What have I noticed but explained away? And then I love this question. What am I pretending not to know? That one will produce a little thought, won't it? So the very first thing that you have to do in good problem solving is come out of denial and into the world of reality. Because if something's going on, it is affecting you, whether you admit it or not. So let's deal with the facts. Now, in my book, This Wasn't Supposed to Happen to Me, I always end the chapters with a commitment to the correct path. In this case, the correct path is reality. So I'd like to share with you that commitment to reality. All right, let me read that to you. The commitment to reality. Today I choose reality, courageous emotional honesty with myself and with others I trust. Though denial may give me temporary emotional protection and false comfort, I won't linger there. I won't pretend I don't know, command myself not to feel, or stay so busy I don't have time to think. No longer will I live behind the mask of being in control, while my insides feel anything but. I realize that I need facts to solve a problem. Therefore, I will actively seek information I need, though it's sometimes painful, knowing that the knowledge ultimately makes me stronger. I choose to face the facts about my situation and the facts about myself. I accept that I'm a fully feeling human being, and that experiencing and expressing emotions is not a sign of weakness. No longer will I lie to myself, for I recognize that real strength comes from integrity, authenticity, and truth. Therefore, though I may feel afraid, I bravely take this step into reality, knowing that bravery is unnecessary when there's no fear. I choose to gain control by giving up control. I reject denial. I choose to be real. This day, I choose reality. Thanks for sharing this time with me on the Magnetic Workplaces Show, and we'll see you next time when we talk about choice number 2, victimhood versus responsibility. See you next week.